my name is Amy and welcome to my channel, a place where I combine both my love for running and for music. In today's video, I'm sharing my top reasons for joining a run club and why they can benefit every runner. I used to think that I only would love running by myself and that I would just be too hard to run with somebody else and adjust to their pace, but boy was I wrong. By joining a run club, I've not only made amazing friends, but I've learned so much about training, nutrition, racing, and I've also become a stronger and faster runner too. So let's just jump right into why running groups are so important. First off, by joining a run club, you instantly create a sense of accountability and motivation for yourself. Motivation and accountability may be the initial reason you join a running club, but with time and making friends and the experiences you have, they won't be the only reason that you go to a run club. But they are really important in the first step, which is joining a club. Especially as winter is coming, it's really helpful to have a scheduled weekly run at run club or just make plans to go running with people, and it will force you to get outside of the comfort of your house. I know a few times last winter that I would have never left my house unless I had known people were waiting for me and counting for me to show up. It's also created some fun memories running in the snow, or just last winter in Tannenbaum when it was like literally racing through a snowstorm. Just those memories are just priceless. There are days when you don't feel like doing anything, but when you go for a run, especially with friends, you feel so much better during the run or even after. Your own personal motivation at run club could come from your just own self-improvement, not wanting to disappoint your coach, or just trying to keep up to everyone around you. And it just works because I know myself, I improved so much when I was just trying to keep up with faster runners. But either way, running with a group will provide challenges and many rewards. Another reason for joining a run club is getting a training plan. Some run clubs are just simply drop-in runs where you go either on a weekend or during the week, but other clubs you have to pay for the membership and they usually come with a training plan. It's really helpful when you're all training mostly for the same race, though different lengths like 5, 10, half, or full marathon, but just kind of the same general timeline. It's usually not too expensive to join a club and definitely worth the price. With a lot of run clubs, you often do speed workouts during the week like intervals or hill sprints. And if you've never done these workouts before, it's really helpful to have a coach tell you what form to use during them and why they're so important. Before I joined BlackToe Running, I had no idea how to do drills and why mobility and strength was so important for runners, and just no idea that you shouldn't do all your runs at the same pace. I had no idea the difference between my 5K, 10K, tempo pace, half marathon, or even my marathon pace. The coaches really helped me hone in on what the appropriate paces I should do, and eventually I was able to do them faster, but it was just really good to be able to differentiate between the different paces, especially when you're training. For me, following a training plan and again not doing my runs at all the same pace was really helpful, and I quickly improved. By consistently following a training plan that's properly made up with not too much spikes in mileage and enough recovery and some long runs, etc., and that's suited to what distance you're training for, you will reduce your risk for injury by so much. I've not only learned from the amazing coaches at BlackToe Running, but the other experienced runners who have been running far longer than I have and have done several builds and trained for amazing marathons or just other lengths of races. The knowledge and experience that they share is just priceless, and running with them is so inspirational that I just want to become a better runner like they are. I have made so many amazing friends at BlackToe Running. Before COVID and everything happened, our run club would often organize social events on the weekends where we would just hang out, and it would be so fun. And I can't wait for them to happen again. When you're finally done and outside of school, it can be really hard to find and meet new friends. For me, I've met people that might never have crossed paths with due to just how big Toronto is, and just my career as a musician, I just would hang out with musicians and just never have kind of opened that circle up. Running initially brings people together, but it's the time, experience, and memories that really just bind you together and become the glue that helps you become friends and stay friends for many, many years. One cool benefit of running with other runners is that you learn so many different paths around the city that you live in. Runners love to share their favorite routes, especially if there's hills in them or if they're just going for a 5K, but it just really helped me just explore where I live. I can't say enough how supportive and wonderful my friends are, and it's kind of crazy to think that I might never have met them if I didn't join my running club. Having friends friends to go on long runs with is so helpful in helping the time go by. You can talk about a lot of things, especially if your long runs are over 3 hours. I've had so many great conversations, and you can really get deep with somebody if you're just running and just sharing that experience together. While it's important to be able to run a long run on your own, especially just in a race you might not be with your friends, but it's just so much more fun if you can run with other people on your long run. Also at a race, you have a built-in group of friends that you could hang out before and after the race, so you're not just standing there alone, as it has happened to me, and just overwhelmed with all the people around you. I remember before joining my run club that I would see people with a BlackToe Running singlet on, and they'd be so happy, and I was just sitting in a corner really jealous. But now I have a BlackToe singlet on, and it's all good. It's just nice to have people to talk to before a race, and it kind of distracts you from how nervous you are, and they can just give you these words of encouragement and just support after the race too. It's also so cool having friends that just offer so willingly to pace during races. It's really helpful, especially going through a really tough time in the race, or just at a key moment, to have somebody there running alongside with you. I know in my own virtual marathon that I just did, it was so helpful to have people around me and just got me through those really tough times, aka the very end of the marathon. Another benefit is when you're surrounded by amazing and really talented runners, it makes you want to become a better runner too. I am very lucky to be surrounded by the runners that I am, and they're just so talented and just make everything look so easy, and it's just you rise to the level that's around you. Doing tough workouts with a group of runners in your pace group just makes a huge difference. I know I wouldn't push myself as much if there was just no one around, but since you have these people with you and you don't want to get dropped sometimes, it pushes you to keep going and hold on to a specific pace, or just not to give up during the workout. Having that motivation to keep pushing yourself is just so key. I really appreciate during workouts when you run by another pace group and everyone's so supportive and just says good job, and it's really helpful to have that encouragement. Often I'm having a hard time talking, so I can't really say anything back, but I really do appreciate the words of encouragement. So sorry to my teammates if I never say anything to them when I run by. I'm probably just trying to breathe. One of my favorite memories of a workout and working together as a team was last year during a long run when we had speed in the middle of it. I believe I can't remember if it was 1 kilometer repeats or 1 minute, but anyways, it was just a really tough run, especially we were running a lot of kilometers as well. The thing that was so cool about it is that we all were there supporting each other, and we all took turns leading the speed workout. By taking turns leading the group, it gave the other runners who weren't leading a little break, as all they had to do was really just lock on the person in front of them and just keep up with them during that speed workout. And if it was your turn to lead, it really gave you a lot of motivation to keep working hard, as everyone behind you was depending on you to be consistent and keep a certain pace. Having the support of an entire run club really gives you the confidence and belief that you are able to accomplish your goals. So how do you pick a running club? Some clubs you can try them out by dropping in on a weekend, or even during the week before you commit to joining their club. This gives you a chance to kind of get the vibe of the club and who runs with it, and see if it's a place that you will really thrive and really enjoy being part of. Some clubs may focus on just only doing races, and others may just for the health benefits of running. Obviously, you have to pick one that fits into your schedule, whether it's an early morning or late night, or just what day of the week it's on. You can often find running clubs associated with running stores or health clubs. Or you can simply type in running clubs near me in Google, and you might be surprised by how many there are. It can be a great way to connect with people, especially if you've moved to a new area and you don't know anybody. I know it can be super intimidating joining a run club and just not knowing if you'll be able to keep up with people or just have people to run with. It's just a lot of things that can kind of stop you from joining a run club. I know myself, I was worried about finding people my pace, and I was quickly shown there were so many runners who ran faster or a little slower than me and my own pace group. It's nice to have a few days during the week to run with other people, and it still gives you the chance to run by yourself if you're worried about just not having that alone time or your time just to go for a run. You have to pick the running club that fits best for you and that will kind of works around the goals that you've set for yourself. If you don't want to race, then don't join one that's only race specific. There are so many options, and I know you'll be able to find one that suits you the best. If you're able to, joining a run club can not only have a positive impact on your running, but just your life in general. I wouldn't trade the memories, knowledge, experience, and friends that I've made at my run club for anything. Having people counting on you to show up really helps with motivation and consistency. And as you probably know, consistency is the only way you can improve at something, whether it's running or just anything in life really. The running coaches, the training plan, and the other runners have not only made me a stronger and faster runner, they've also made the whole experience of running just so much more enjoyable. I have countless countless memories of just funny moments during long runs or workouts or even races. I've also learned the importance of nutrition, strength, mobility, and drills that will help me stay injury-free. If you're not part of a running group already, I hope this video gives you that little push to go search for one, as I just want everyone to have the positive experience that I've had. But if you are part of a run club, I'd love to hear in a comment why you enjoy it and how it's helped you as a runner. If you like this video, tap that thumbs up button. As well, if you haven't already, click the subscribe button and the bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Happy running, and I'll see you next time.